main three labs that we use. Those would be the Regen Ag Lab, Brookside Labs, and Midwest Labs. So Regen and Brookside are pretty similar, where Midwest is they've got a whole different process and it gets a little bit confusing at times. But so I'm currently in the server. You're gonna find all your lab forms in the lab forms folder. It's kind of a cluster, but if you're looking for a new form, it's usually the easiest, so you don't have to go back and delete a whole bunch of stuff. They should just be kept as Brookside form new or Regen Ag Lab form new, stuff like that. So we're gonna start with this, but this form should always stay blank. It's just gonna ask you for the date submitted, the client number, the number of samples submitted, your client's name, and you don't really have to worry about these other three. Consultant number, all these should have 735. That is Mitchell's Brookside consultant number. So that's just going to stay the same. And same with sampled by, that'll stay as Mitchell. And then down here, as you can see in each of these columns, it's got space for sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, sample 4, and sample 5. But I mean, you can use all of these to fill out as many as you need. So I've already got home filled out, and then in your ID space 1, you're going to put the name of your sample, and this second space you're going to put the date the date of sampling is what we typically do. So say you're doing zones 1 through 10, you're just going to fill out every other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the date is all the same there. But you could have done 2 different fields. You don't have to make an entirely different form just to do 2 different fields. But we do typically like to make separate forms for if you're doing different growers. But once you've got this all filled out, then it's going to ask you which test you would like to be done. So usually we just do the SO19A, and that should always stay the same. If Mitchell wants something different, or Carolyn, then they'll tell you differently. So that's it for the Brookside Labs. After that, you just get it printed off and remember to put it in the box before you ship it off. So now I'm going to show you the Regen, and the Regen one can be found right here. Again, it's pretty similar. So this is all already filled out, don't have to worry about it. These 2 first columns are for lab use only, so you don't touch them. But the depth, Regen, it's asking you at what depth were these samples taken. So we'll put, usually we take 6-inch cores, so that would be 0 to 6 inches. Or if you're doing 12-inch cores, then that would be 0 to 12, or sometimes we'll do 6 to 12. It just depends, but typically it's 0 to 6. And then you put your grower right here. And again, with these, we just do 1 form per grower, even if you're doing multiple different growers a day. So I just put in continue ag here, and then let's say you're doing 2 different fields from the same grower. You can do it like this. You just put in the first one like this, only had 2 samples, And then you can put in your second one below that and fill out however many you took. And then from here on is where you're going to select which test needs to be taken. So you do that by just filling in an X. Usually we just do Haney, but we also do carbon and bulk density tests. So obviously with Haney you just fill out the X here to get Haney, but if you're doing combustion or carbon, then you're going to fill out this column all the way over here for other, and you have to write either dry combustion carbon or bulk density in this area here. And same with this, just once you're done filling it out, make sure to print it off and put it in the box before you ship it off. Now for Midwest Labs, this is a bit different. So we're going to go, first you go here to just type in your search bar Midwest Labs, my portal or my lab. So you'll see all of this on their website. So for this one, you're going to want to click Submit Samples. So you fill out grower here, farm, and field. And then this is where you do the different samples. So sample 1. And then select the test. Usually we only use Midwest for tissue samples. And then you're going to want to select the stage of the crop. So soybeans V1 through R8, and you got corn V2 through R6. So that's pretty easy there. And then if you need to add different samples, and go here. Like so. And then you just click review order. It'll show you the price here, and then you just click submit order. And then once you get that done, they'll receive that to their lab, since it is online. And then you can click shipping labels, and it will pop up with your recent orders. And it will print off for you, so you don't have to worry about the shipping labels. And then also, once they've processed the samples, you can come on here to look at the report. So you just click review reports here. That's it.